Is it still true that a full-time job is a sign of a stronger economy? Does that still hold?
It's like, best way of thinking about it is full-time, part-time is really about hours worked, and there's a lot of people who switch backwards and forwards. So the month-to-month movements in full-time, part-time, don't get too hung up about. But when you see a steady stream of strong full-time growth, yes, that's telling you there's more people working more hours, and it's part of this rising hours work story. So we've got workers are out there like in a prime situation now. We've seen underemployment continue to decline. Which is not surprising, seeing we've seen full-time employment
that's the
rising.
sort where you want to work more hours?
That's right. Underemployment's where you're already working, and you not only do you want to work more hours, but you're willing and available during the survey period to work more hours as well, right then and there. It's a very important definition. So that's actually saying that, and that number's been falling, and it's lower than it's been for a long time now. So that's another sign that this labour market is much tighter than perhaps even the headline unemployment rate is telling us. Strong full-time growth, strong female employment growth, strong youth employment growth, and a very low underemployment rate, all telling us this economy is being really pushed along as fast as I've ever seen it in my lifetime.
So, not to put you on the spot, because I know you need to crunch the numbers, but in terms of hours worked for the quarter, does it look like a positive for Q1 GDP?
I haven't seen the numbers for today, but given that full-time number and whatever, I wouldn't be surprised if we're still looking for even given all these floods and everything, that we're still looking for a positive full-time. I want to dive in a little bit, because during these survey periods, the ABS quite often can't survey people in the flood periods, and they get dropped out of the survey, and then they come back, and so that may be a disruption, and then they sort of adjust the numbers to account for that. But all given, I have to say that it's a surprisingly, all the labour force numbers this year have been surprisingly more upbeat than we expected. And it's part of the reason we're now forecasting 3.2 unemployment rate.